just talked to Sophia.
Okay.
How does she kind of help what you're doing here?
Well, she's able to do anything that we need from a scout perspective. It's also giving her reps. And then it's always nice when you have someone come back in terms of being an alumni and just being around and talking about the things that she's experienced.
And she talked about those relationships here in Arizona, both with you and with Dave, and how they help her. So for you, just as a person, not as a coach, when someone has those relationships, what does it mean for you and for the program?
At the end of the day, what I tell all the players is that I want to be invited to the wedding. And I figure if someone comes back, then, you're someone that they think is important or that you had an impact on their life. You never take those things for granted. So just knowing that Sophia wanted to be back here and, she could have went back to Louisville, but it was nice that she came back and was a part of what we're doing right now and what she's experienced in the past.
And your players, your younger players, seeing her going on to her professional career, what impact do you think that has?
Well, it says a lot because, we have several players that want to play at that next level, and what that next level looks like, they don't necessarily understand it on a day-to-day basis, but they see her routine, they see what she's about and what she experienced when she was at Louisville, and that says a lot to them. It's like, okay, I have to be able to dial in. I remember watching her do this, I see her do this now, and just being professional about it.
And Renee, what was that recruiting like? Did she reclassify before committing or after?
She reclassified before committing, yes.
And so she had that extra year at the prep level. What do you think she got from that, from your perspective?
I think she learned how to live on her own. I think she learned how to try to figure things out. And so when she came in, she literally was above the other freshmen, but just because every day was like, okay, I got this. And, she still had to get caught up in terms of what we were doing athletically, but just a routine of everything. And nothing seems to worry Renee, which is really nice, which is why freshmen tend to struggle a little bit because every day is a new day for them. They're wondering and guessing, and that just wasn't the case with her.
From someone who's observing her, what kind of emotional or mental impact do you think that reclassification and seeing her twin go off and play in a Final Four and she decided to reclassify, what do you think that had on her? Could it be motivation? Could it be getting down on herself because she's not doing what her twin?
They're a very competitive family, and so she talks about that all the time. And so I don't think they get the opportunity to feel sorry for themselves or feel like, oh, you get something I don't. I think they celebrate each moment that each one has. I follow her mom on social media, and I see how she, takes turns of which kids she's talking about and celebrating, but still celebrating them all at the same time. I don't think Renee or Ryla are the jealous type. I watch the dynamics and how the mom spends her time in various places supporting and being a part of what's going on. I just don't think they have time for that. So I don't think she got down on herself. I think she sees it as an opportunity that I'll be playing longer than you, which, you take it any way you can.
And the impact she's had since she got healthy,
She's a combination of Britt and Anna put together in a lot of ways. She has the size that automatically will make attackers think. Not saying they won't challenge her or think they can score off of her, but it's a different look when she's there versus when Anna's there. And then, just being able to put the ball in various areas is something that we needed on a consistent basis. So she's right in the thick of things, and Anna's still fighting, Britt's still fighting, and that's what you want. You want the competition of no one's off dwelling, going, oh, I didn't get my turn, or I can't believe she's playing and I'm not. We don't have time for that.
And how much did that win this weekend mean to the team getting back on track after Texas Tech?
It meant a lot. I mean, I think each person will probably say something different, but all meaning the same thing. You know, it's nice to see that we were able to shake that off, the Texas Tech loss, shake it off and be ready for the next competition. And, you know, even now it's like that's over and done with. No one cares. We had to be ready for the next match. And for us, it's a matter of being prepared for everyone that we go into versus dwelling on the bad or celebrating the good because no one cares.
You got BYU, another ranked opponent, and then you got to try to get some revenge on Texas Tech. So this week, what do you want to see from them, and what do you see from the teams you're facing?
Well, I want to see us carry over what we did against TCU in terms of just staying composed and following the game plan and the scout. I want to see us be able to do that. And then also want to see us be able to shake off whatever the negativity that comes on because the opponents have an opportunity to be good as well. And I can't take anything away from Texas Tech. They had a plan and they stuck with it. But I don't want us getting so amped up that, you know, I got to prove a point, you know, because at the end of the day, the loss stays. It's not like it gets wiped away. And so we want to be just focused on our side of the court and, you know, be able to enjoy being home for an extended amount of time, which doesn't seem like we've had a lot of that.
Not this year. And I mean, because of that, the way you have scheduled non-conference on the road, what has that been like being away so much?
It's been hard in one aspect, but I think it prepared us to be a lot tougher right away versus waiting to see how tough we would be based on the opponents that we played. You know, going to Boise, literally, that was tough. You know, the way that they set it up for us, opening it up against Oregon State, that, you know, very competitive team. They're doing very well in their conference right now, and knowing that that was someone that we used to play against in the past. So, you know, that automatically put pressure, and then you have to play the home team in an earlier day match. You know, so we set ourselves up. I don't think I had a dog in that fight, actually, the timing of it, but in terms of the order of the competition, that's what we needed. You know, you don't rise to the occasion until you have pressure put on you, and you have to figure out different ways to put the pressure on the players, you know, and try to duplicate it as much as you can.
Well, I think that pretty much takes care of it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Rita.
Thank you.